Are there different African spirituality systems like denominations we have in Christianity, Islam and Judaism, or many other religions on the earth? We know there is only one umbrella melanin-dominant human African spiritual system that dates back to the origins of human existence on the earth. Europeans, Asiatics, and many others continually want to label African spiritual systems or spiritual systems as polytheistic in their attempt to sound correct. Afro scholars try to insist African spirituality is monotheistic, and they show you the evolution of religion, and at the end they want to prove that monotheism is the purest and the best and the correct one. We know that the term monotheism came from the Greeks, where mono means one, theo means God, ism means belief in. This term was popularized by the English philosopher Henry Moore in 1687. Monotheism means one God, but henotheism also means you believe in a lot of gods, but you subscribe to only one whom you are loyal to. It's a historical fact which cannot be denied that the heretic pharaoh, melanin-dominant pharaoh Akhenaton, is one of those that wanted to champion the worship of only the Aten, the sun, or Ra, the god that he thought was the only one. A lot of Africans today, because of mental enslaving religions, philosophies, education, higher education, easily believe in either the polytheistic model or monotheistic model, since they have been taught to think that Europeans and Asians and many others other than themselves are an authority on things that include their own culture and spirituality. They have a problem when it comes to the issue of whether our spirituality or mystic system is a monotheistic one or a polytheistic one. How can you know for sure the truth, and how can you be in a position to say this is your correct answer? It is important that we deal with subjectivity and a personal knowing. In Ubuntu culture, one cannot find any classification of a human being or munu or muntu as an animal unless it's a pejorative term used for his behavior. It's only in Europe and Europeans who believe firmly that they came from monkeys or from lower species. Our ancestors never thought of that. Even though humans and animals were regarded as creatures, it was not correct to call a human an animal, because that would be putting that human being to the lowest level ever. So, has European higher education lowered humans? In our book, Free from God, we share proof that evolution is a fallacy. That is just a theory, a feel-good theory. It has spin-offs that has come out of it. And these spin-offs have impacted a lot of melanin-dominant human beings. Some of melanin-dominant human beings now believe that they are atheists. They believe that there is no God or there are no gods. They are nihilistic. They believe that life has no meaning. They are in a secular mode where they have no spirituality at all. And they are agnostic, where they may sometimes or may not believe or may not desire to be open-minded. You need to explore the original mystic system as you have the chance not to be programmed. To know the true answer demands that one uses his spirit and not fall for blinding education or misleading religious philosophies. You must then go on to verify everything by entering into the spirit. This is a problem, because entering into the spirit means that you have to go into the thing itself that you are investigating. Your frequency and vibration must be in par with that which you are investigating, so that you be clear on knowing that which you are investigating, and know its creative principle, its origin right at its center. This is different, and because this process is a reverse of those processes that we know, like summoning the spirits or spirit possession, because the real you, psychologically, cognitively, consciously, your spirit, moya wako, umoya wako, the divine spark must journey into the matter at hand, because behold, the man himself or herself has the divine spark, which is the source that connects him to be the lord of the body or his brain or his thinking. This alone is everlasting, because man in his true self is a divine spark, enwrapped within heavy matter, a heavy mental, a heavy body, enclosed to cover this divine spark. This spark alone is the seat of life. It alone has understanding and the capacity and ability to go to the core of any issue and any matter. To enter into the spirit is when, without summoning another spirit, you raise your thoughts, your vibrations, your vibes to the point where you, the divine spark, Moya, disconnect from matter and leave your body. This is a tough activity because of the power of the electromagnetic frequency resistance that has been built by the solidity of your body and the life that you have lived on the earth. Yet you must learn to do this separation. They call it metempsychosis, the Greeks who came to ancient Africa to learn, who learn Afro-mystic systems. In that context, you have to focus on the source eternal journey and on the source ability to go into the other world now when you are still alive and come back in a continuous cycle and see what is happening beyond what we know. The reason why you can be able to do that is because you have to understand that the real creator is nameless, is not a spirit, is not a being. Of the unknowable, our sages posited an ideology and they're teaching lots of this in many scripts where they say the real unknowable creator said, I am the hidden one, Ameni, the one who cannot be seen. I am the mysterious one whose name is not known. So that's why I say it's the nameless. No one knows this power, this unknowable creator. Yet from that this unknowable creator, through the chasm or Mkaha, our divine spark gave birth to humanity, gave birth to you, endowing you with the faculty of thought and carrying the gem of spiritual awakening. But you can go to sleep. Even though every melanin dominant African spiritual teacher teaches that African spirituality and its systems are monotheistic, meaning that there is only one deity, the evidence they use is very shallow. It is true that all various divinities described in many African spirituality systems may be aspects of this one, but we know from the admonitions to the contrary. Since science itself is yet to understand the basis of consciousness, even its source, we posit that the divine spark comes from the unknowable one. Therefore, you can use your physicality of this life, of this human body, as a cosmic listening post in a vast ocean of frequencies and the vibrations of energy, which you can use to connect the energy fields all around and within you. Just like you know the kingdom of heaven is within you, you can disconnect from this physicality and enter into the same frequency with any specific area that you desire to investigate. Very true. Then, when our mystic system, they are not monotheistic, they are not polytheistic, because to assume that they are means that we know, yet we do not know. We have no proof. The proof that we have may point to the monotheism, may point to ancestral ceremonies, may point to a higher god shrines like at Zilo in Mazimbabwe, may point to various deities or divinities. But these are only systems that can help us to recognize, to appreciate, to acknowledge, to respect that the real creator is nameless. It's not a spirit, it's not a being. Of the unknowable one, our sages taught us that is hidden, is mysterious, and the name cannot be known. No one knows. So you do not really know yourself to a certain point. Are there many African mystical systems? We really do not know. What we know are the various modalities or methodologies or practices of Afro-melanin dominant spirituality. Our mystic system has involved us and shown us the righteous ancestors reverence, worshipping 10 gods, metaphysics, chemistry, voodoo, numerology, symbolisms, cosmology, herbalisms. All these at various levels will show us that all we know now, opposite of these, the world religions, political systems, financial systems, are making it hard, and they are making it sure that we end up looking down upon our own mystic systems. Why? Because they know that our own mystic system and our own fetish protection systems are powerful. They know that. So they teach us, and they want to teach everybody to abandon, and also they are doing everything so that these systems will disappear from our lives. It's true. So what now? Here's the question. If there are many African mystic systems, whether they are monotheistic, polytheistic, we do not know. But we have to remember that there is no redemption outside of our culture, and that we do not really know or whether these systems are singular or plural. What we know, as taught by many others like Khonsu Nok, the admin of Kushite Kemetic Spiritual Science, there is really one African culture. African cultures are really subcultures or denominations of the overarching African culture shared by all melanin dominant human beings on the earth. It's open, it's clear. Now, the two reasons that we have given why we know that our spiritual systems are not many, that they are not even monotheistic or polytheistic, comes from the fact that we know and subscribe and acknowledge the unknowable creator. This unknowable creator is the one that gave part of the nature within him to cross the chasm and come through our ancestral lineage as afforded by the gods to become us. We are that spirit. Our divine spark is also unknown and is nameless, but it needs to awaken nehast, because if it's not awakened, it will fall asleep or fall into low vibration matter. Our ancestors nudge us, the divinities nudge us, life and nature nudge us. When we start to question, when we start to query, then it is waking up to its higher existence. Even after waking up, it's safe to always check and maintain your inner serenity, high degree of personal consciousness that fluctuates between high consciousness and the normal one. To sustain a fearless attitude and never be scared of death, these can only be attained through always reaching into the depths of your spiritual inner resources to transcend any self-interests. Remember to be a full participating member of a mystical, spirit-led, spirit-driven organization or group. Ubuntu, Maati, Bantu. Yes, Marifato, it's coming soon. Many gifts. Subscribe, share and comment, like, and leave a comment about everything on this video. Yes, we are shards and pieces of the unknowable one. It is only through Ubuntu, Bantu, Maati spirituality, through animism, the oldest form of religions, oldest form of religion or spirituality practiced in Africa, Americas, and many indigenous societies, that we can know these truths inside us without anyone teaching us. Yes, the purpose of Marifato Family Network is to nudge you, is to urge you to realize this awesome power. Till we meet again, Tatenda, Siyabonga, thank you, Edupe. Yes, your manager to be preacher Rabbi LM Duzu Kunikani Mjekanja says we are the shards of the unknowable, and we do not really know ourselves or know the unknowable or know whether our spiritual system is singular or plural. That was divined by humans. Amen.